Okay, just a quick video because I'm really excited to talk about this. I have just started reading in the past week or so the Malazan Book of the Fallen series. Some wonderful Claire there. Holy crap, I am so excited about this series, and I'm trying not to get too excited, but I love this book so far. I'm about halfway through, a little over halfway through. I love fantasy books, and I'm a little nervous to say this, but I think I might end up liking this series more than the Cosmere, which is kind of crazy because I love the Cosmere. This, man, I love the intrigue and just this like delicious feeling of confusion, but in a good way. I went through a phase where I read a lot of John le Carre, I think that's how you say his name, novels, where he writes spy novels, Cold War spy novels, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, and there's so much like subtle, oh, you can tell by the way this person said this or something that they're actually lying and they mean the opposite. Or that sort of thing where you're really trying to read between the lines and just really subtle hinting and things like that. And I love that kind of, and Malazan has that. Just the world is so big and you run into all these things where you're like, what is that? But it doesn't, at least for me, it doesn't feel overwhelming. It just really feels like you are in a real living, breathing world. Now, I know I am halfway into the first of 10 books, so I'm 1/20th of the way through. I very likely could change this opinion, but I've also read that most people struggle the most with the first book. So the fact that I am vibing with the first book so much has got me really excited. And also, shout out to this Redditor who created this guide for people new to Malazan, the Gardens of the Moon Companion. It's just these like slides that you can go through. I've been reading it on my Tab S9 Ultra. It's got a real big screen, and I put the guide on one half of the screen and the book on the other, so I can just kind of read through each scene in the guide after I've read it. Has helped with not feeling quite so overwhelmed. There have been a few things where I was like, oh, I misread that scene. I'm glad I'm reading this guide. So that's been really helpful too with the lack of overwhelm. But I'm loving this series so far. Super excited to keep going with it. I will probably, unless the idea for what I'm doing on this channel changes a bunch, I'll probably review all these books as I finish them. So hopefully we'll be talking about Malazan more here. All right, that's it. See ya. The Malazan, it's too hard to do with one hand. Where should I be looking? Oh, shoot.